What's going on, everybody? Road Rash Danny here again. Today I thought I'd be telling you a story about some of my bad luck with my motorcycle. I thought I could put it all in one video, but I can't. It's a laundry list of things. But I figured we'd just talk about my first bike for right now. So, the first mishap was I had a Kawasaki Ninja 250, as you might know because I've mentioned it several times in my other videos. And it was my very first day riding it. I was all excited. I bought it for my friend. And I was just going to take it across the street to get some gas. What the f*** was that shit? You guys see that? I'm not lane splitting, she just came around, whatever. I'd taken the MSF course a couple years back, but I felt pretty confident. So anyway, I'm pulling into this gas station and there's this huge hole. And I see the hole ahead of time and I'm just like, whatever. So I see the hole. I'm like, whatever. I can dodge that. My first tire, now I'm turning into the gas station, so I'm leaning into it. And my first tire misses the hole, but my back tire falls into the hole. And I would have been fine if I just would have gave it some gas and stood it back up, but being inexperienced like I was, I freaking grabbed hold of the front brake, thinking I was in a car or something. So I grabbed hold of the front brake and I freaking low-sided. I went down, the bike slid off into the grass. I'm laying down in the street. I ripped the turn signal off, the indicator light, one of these. I ripped one of these off. And I ripped my shifter off. I ripped my shifter off. And I hurt my ankle pretty bad, but it got better. I fixed the turn signal with super glue. These indicators are super easy to fix. Don't ever buy any if you still got them. If you still got the part laying around, you can just super glue it back together and just rewire it. As long as the wires aren't splayed or anything like that, you're in good shape. My second mishap was a little more serious. I was riding my motorcycle to work like I usually do, when the weather permits, and everything was going great. I was doing fine. I was riding along, having no trouble. So anyway, I'm on a road like this, and I'm in this lane. Indicator's still on. I'm in this lane and I'm over here hugging the left-hand side of the lane. Now, when I was in the MSF course, they explained to us that you need to learn how to position yourself correctly when you're riding on the street. And right here, you're right behind the driver's side mirror. Anybody coming from over here would be able to see you. And also, if you follow where you believe that car tires are traveling, you are less likely to pick up nails and other types of debris in your tires because the other cars would have already ran them over. So that's a little fun tip. I didn't even think about that. So anyway, I'm right here and I'm just cruising. I'm doing about 40, 45. I see a guy pull up to a stop sign about like that, about right there. And he pulls up to the stop sign and he comes to a complete stop. And I'm watching him. I'm like, okay, I see him. He stopped. but does he see me yet? Then he starts to roll a little bit more, and then he stops again. So I'm assuming he gave it the head check. He go 1, okay, good. And then he stopped. He's like, oh no, a motorcycle, I'll stop again. So he hit the brake again. I took that as my indication. Okay, he sees me. Right on. I'm good to go. So as I'm coming around, I'm passing right in front of him. He pulls out and hits me right in the middle of the motorcycle. Not in like the front tire or the back tire. He didn't pull out in front of me. I couldn't have swerved. Like the only thing I could do was cuss and just go down. That is the only thing I could do. He hit me right in the knee. And I went flying through the air. The bike went sliding off. I was flying through the air, and I hit the ground. And when I hit the ground, I rolled for a while, and then I slid. And my helmet had a bunch of skid marks from just hitting the ground and sliding. My gloves had the palms ripped off. My jacket was ripped up. And I'm wondering, you guys might be wondering, it's like, oh, road rash Danny. It's like, yeah, I got road rash from that. Nothing major though. It's not like I'm horribly disfigured or anything like that. So the ambulance came by, picked me up, took me to the ER, put me on a spine board, put a collar around my neck so I wouldn't be able to move around. And but before that, the poor guy, that hit me. I mean, he wasn't like he hit and run. He was a real nice guy. Stopped. He's like, oh man, I'm so sorry I didn't see you. I'm laying on the ground. I can't feel my legs, but I'm out of it. I'm just in shock. So I just start army crawling, just dragging my rear legs behind me. And the poor guy, I just remember the look on his face. He's just sitting there like, oh my God, I've paralyzed this guy. And at first I was like, he's like, man, are you okay? And I'm out of it. So I'm laying on the ground, and I finally just sitting there, and I'm just concentrating, giving it all of my mental processes, like just wiggle the toes. And I wiggled my toes, and after that, there's this huge smile, just this wash, emotion of relief just washed over me. And I was just laying on the ground smiling. I didn't care about anything. I was the happiest guy in the world. Like, I'm literally laying in the ER with a big smile on my face as they're taking off all my clothes. That's what they do in the ER. They check your whole body for injuries and things like that. So they just take all of my clothes off. So I'm laying there just completely naked, this collar around my neck, and right there, you see where that silver or aqua car just pulled up? That is where that's where the guy pulled out and hit me, right here. The accident happened right here. So I'm in the ER, all smiles, happy as can be. Don't care about nothing, nobody. But anyways, guys, that's how I got hit by a car. More on that later, probably. Alright, guys. Stay sexy.